is Kai, and I make ASMR videos. This is gonna be like a full cozy situation. I'm fully in my pajamas. Skincare is done. I brushed my teeth. I'm ready to go to bed. In fact, already took my melatonin. So I don't exactly know why I'm not in bed right now. I just love staying up late and it's so quiet. It's so quiet. It is once again snowing tonight. Or it's supposed to. There's a winter storm warning. Which, honestly, I don't know how concerned to be about. It's nowhere near like the level of winter storm that's blasting through the Midwest. But here it doesn't snow so much, and so nobody knows what to do in the snow or the ice especially. And normally when it snows here, it just melts. And it snowed on Monday morning, and I park my car on a very steep driveway that then leads to a very steep hill, which then to get onto any main thoroughfares you have to go either up a short steep hill or a really long steep hill. And I don't know why I keep adjusting my glasses. And because the snow normally just melts, and I didn't look at the weather, or I did, but I didn't actually think it would be that cold. I didn't move my car. I was like, oh, it'll be fine. I didn't plan ahead. And then instead, now, the whole week before Christmas, I've not been able to get my car. And it's partly because the driveway that I park on, I share with my neighbors. And so their car is there too. And so I'm afraid that if I back my car out, I'll hit their car. Like, I'm not so precious about my car, but like, I mean, not that I want, I don't want anything to happen to my car, but I really don't want to like accidentally hit my neighbor's car, because they're also out of town, and I'm taking care of their cats over Christmas, because I live in the city that my family lives in, and so I'm gonna be here for Christmas. But all my neighbors are going out of town. Literally all of them, I think, except for me. That's actually kind of wild. I hadn't thought about that. Oh my god. I have so many topics to touch on today, and they're just popping into mind, but one of them is that it's so quiet, except for these goddamn flies. There are these flies, and I don't think they are because something is rotting in my apartment, but I'm getting afraid again. I've literally cleaned out all my cupboards. I've taken out my garbage, my compost, cleaned out all the bins. And I live in a studio, so there's only so many places that a rotting food item could be hiding, or a rotting item in general could be hiding. And yet I have these flies that fly around, but thankfully when I was upstairs learning about my I still want the flies to leave. I usually spend like at least 15 minutes killing flies when I get home, and it feels so violent. I always feel so weird and guilty about it. Because they live like a day, but it's also when I walk into my house and there's like 40 flies, my brain suddenly feels like it's also buzzing. So, needless to say, killing them feels fraught. I've devised a new solution, which is luring them to the door with a bright light, like turning off all the lights in my apartment and putting a really bright light by the door, and then quickly opening the door and turning on my porch light, and so they all fly out at once. And 50-50. At least I'm not killing all of them, which feels better. But because I think that they just come back in. I'm pretty sure they just find their way back in. But if I killed them, I think they would just have more babies and they would find their way back in too. So it might just be a kind of Sisyphean task. Anyway, I'm taking care of my neighbor's cats. Both of my neighbors who live above me have cats. The neighbors who live directly above me have 2 cats, and their names are Humphrey and Wally. Humphrey is a delight. He's a sweet, sweet orange tabby cat. I grew up with a cat. I think I've probably mentioned him. He just was always kind of a menace. I really wanted a cat, and we got him when I was maybe 12 or 13. And I had always wanted a cat, and I got him from the farm that I used to work on. And I was so excited. It was kind of, we surprised my dad with a cat, which was funny. He didn't know we were getting a cat. And he was not thrilled because he was allergic. I also now know I am allergic to cats. But we brought home this sweet kitty, and he was such a baby. But I was a little bit young. I must have been younger than, or maybe, I think I was. Because I kind of I wanted him to be a dog, I just was kind of a kid with him, I'd pick him up and squeeze him, and cats don't like that. But, so, needless to say, he grew to hate me, which is one of the great sadnesses of my life, though a comic point as well. Now he's quite old, and he lives with my parents, and he has one eye, which is a story for another time. There's a lot of stories to tell about him, actually. His name is Mordecai. Named after the cat in the children's book Spaceship Number 5, I think. Which is a story about Thanksgiving, but the cat is named Mordecai, which is a pretty Jewish name. But is Thanksgiving a denominational holiday? Or is it just a colonial holiday? Anyway. Mordecai, cats. So my experience with cats is not great. I'm not a cat person. I hate to say it, but I'm not. I just is true. You know, even when I'm at my parents' house, it's only like a mile and a half away from here, so it's not far to go to take care of said cats. But, and oh, I was talking about the 2 cats that live upstairs. Okay, so let's talk about the cats. I'll give you the rundown, and then I will give you the, like, asterisk that's driving me a little crazy. Upstairs, Humphrey, light of my life, little sweet orange tabby cat. He's quite old. He wears a collar that says, "My name is Humphrey. I'm friendly and I like to explore," I think. And Humphrey is that. When I moved into this apartment, it's quite close to some of my parents' friends. And they were like, "Oh, are you moving into the building with the really nice orange cat?" And I was like, "I don't know." Literally, like, the first day I lived here, who is on my porch but the very sweet orange cat? And I'm like, "Oh, so you are the orange cat." He's an angel. He, I think, thinks that he lives in my apartment, maybe. Because over the summer I would just keep my door open because, like, I have like a gate to my porch, and it was nice to have the air, and it, like, I live in a studio, but I have a really big porch, and so it's really nice to kind of, like, the indoor-outdoor vibe. Anyway, so he would, like, come to my porch, and then sometimes he would come inside, and I'd be like, "Hi, buddy," and you know, I'd pet him, and he would come in, he'd walk around, and then he would leave, which, you know, they said it was okay, and I was like, okay. So, yeah, Humphrey, he's an angel. Then, Wally, so they have another cat. He's this very fluffy black and white cat, and when I first met them, they were like, "Wally's a menace," and I was like, "Ah." And what I knew about Wally up until like 3 days ago, when I went upstairs and, like, learned about how to take care of their cats, is that he was mean. Like, they would only let him outside on a leash, and it was, like, tied to their door, which is weird because when you're walking to my apartment, you have to walk by their door, and there's, like, a cat on a leash, and he does not move for you. Like, he does not care. And sometimes I would see the far upstairs neighbor, when she would take care of their cats, then she would have to, like, wrangle him, and she would, like, I would find her, I found her multiple times in, like, states of distress, trying to wrangle this cat, when he, like, would get out without a leash. And so anyway, so he's, like, an escapee cat, but he also can't go outside, except for on a leash. First red flag. Then, 3 days ago, I learned he's been hit by a car more than once, and that they think that he has a traumatic brain injury and doesn't know not to run into traffic. And they were like, "Yeah, if he gets out, he's really slow." Because he's been hit by cars, because he's really dumb. And I was like, I don't think he's really dumb, I think he has brain damage. Anyway, so, and then, oh my god, so my neighbor was like talking, my other neighbor, not the people who own these cats, but my other neighbor was talking to me, and she was like, "Just be careful, don't let him get out," because the last time he got out, and she, like, pulls down her sleeve, and it's just like cuts all the way down her arm. Sorry, my heat came on. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what have I gotten myself into? And then there's a third cat. But I don't think he'll be too much of an issue. But I'll be here. And then they were like, they sent out a text being like, these are the days that each neighbor is gonna do. And every neighbor had like 2 days, except for me, that I was taking care of him from the 24th to the 28th. I was like, well, it's fine. Like, I'm here. I mean, usually people get paid to do this. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I don't want to be like a dick about it. Because, like, it's really not a huge inconvenience for me, except for that I'm afraid of getting attacked by this cat. And I do have to go to 2 different apartments twice a day. So, you know, it's not incredibly convenient. But it's not like, you know, it's not a huge imposition. And I really like my community of neighbors generally. And so I do want to like positively participate in the community. But it turns out that the people who I'm actually starting tomorrow, which is the 23rd, it's the 22nd right now. They're dropping the keys by tomorrow morning, so I'm actually taking care of the cats for like most of the time, which is fine. I'm making a big deal about it, and it's really not that bad. I'm just nervous about the Wally and the menace. Anyway, I had a whole like another thing that I wanted to whisper ramble about today, but we're already like going on 20 minutes, and I don't even know what I've talked about. Just the cats, I guess. Anyway, I want to go look outside and see if it's snowing. It was very icy today. I borrowed my parents' car, which meant I had to walk to their house and then get a car. And I figured out today that my car was totally iced. My car was totally iced in. And I realized that like 20 minutes before I was supposed to be where I was supposed to be. But as I said, my parents live like 1.5 miles away from me, so I had to walk. It took like 20 minutes, and so I was quite late to my engagement. Quite a production. But it just like is so hilly here, and the ice is like not chill. I totally flew through a stop sign. Like, I couldn't stop. I was in a 4-wheel drive car, and I was going like, I don't know, 15, maybe 17 miles an hour on like a side street, and there was a stop sign, and I am counting my lucky stars that there was no one coming the other way at the stop sign, because I couldn't stop, and I had my brake on as hard as I could, and it just was like slide. I was like, oh no. Yeah, when I lived in Minnesota, it was never this bad. But there also aren't the like hills and whatnot that we have here. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to Christmas. I'm a little bit afraid that I'm coming down with a bug, which kind of throws a wrench in things. I've been testing and it has all been negative, but I still don't want to get other people sick. Though my Christmas plans are